All right. So that little light going, that's it. Live. Hi, I'm your host, Jay, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. And today, I think we've got a very good one to talk about today. This is by, I can't say a young man, by a famous author by the name of Napoleon Hill. Now, everyone knows that Napoleon Hill. Okay, you're gonna do that to me again today. I don't know why my phone decides to play games with me when I decide to go live. All right, see, like when you go live, everybody wants to message you, and that's not the way it's supposed to work. But this is January. This is the first month in the year. This is when you need to be refreshed, empowered. You need to freshen the mind. And I can think of no better book than to read than Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. It is like the what do you want to call it? The encyclopedia, the network marketing Bible, okay, so to speak, of how to succeed. And it's a great book. If you read it, it's January. Go back and start reading it again. And you might not read through all of it, but there's some chapters that I'm going to touch in the next couple of weeks or days, depends on some of them. And one of the ones that just automatically stood out to my mind was actually after the first chapter, which is really the introduction of the book. And it talks in there about actually discovering the secret to success in there. This chapter kind of popped out in my eyes, so I figured I would talk to you about it today. And that's chapter number 2. And it starts out desire, the starting point of all achievement. Desire. Uh, you can take that and relate it to your why. Okay. Because without having a why or having what I like to call a burning desire to achieve something, then it's just not going to happen. You have to have that burning desire. You have to have that burning why in you, because that's what's going to keep you going through the good times and the hard times, right? It's kind of like your mental guide to success, and that's what success is all about. So we're right back to that thing about success starts with your thoughts. That's where it comes from. Okay, because your why or your desire, it first appears to you as a thought, a dream. Okay, hope I'm hitting home on the message there, right? But you think of something you want first, and then you want it more, and then you want it so much that it becomes a burning desire. It's something that you focus on day and night. That's like when you young men or young ladies, you meet that person that you believe you want to spend the rest of your life in. Your day is not full unless you see that person every day. You're thinking about them even when you're not with them. You think about what you're going to do with them that day, where you're going to go, what you're going to buy them, you know, going out to a restaurant, to a movie, dance, whatever, taking a long vacation until that person actually says, yes, I want to spend the rest of my life with you also. And what did it all start with? A thought, which became a burning desire, which turns into reality. Okay, do you see how that kind of works there together? All right, for the good of you. And I just want to go over this with you because I found this to be very interesting. I got to move this over just a little bit so I can see it without me really moving my body. So if you see my camera move, don't worry about it. You're not supposed to. Okay, that's more like it. I got it there. All right. The first step toward riches. Now, I'm taking part of chapter 2. This is like the first paragraph. So please follow along with me. As we know, I'm still fighting this little cold. In fact, I think I better drink some water first. Okay. It says when Edwin C. Barnes climbed down from the freight train in Orange, New Jersey, more than 30 years ago, he may have resembled a tramp, but his thoughts were those of a king. Listen to what they're saying there. It says he may have resembled or looked like nothing, right? A tramp, a bum, but his thoughts that he had formulated in his mind, which came from his burning desire, were like thoughts of a king. As he made his way from the railroad tracks to Thomas A. Edison's office, his mind was at work. He saw himself standing in Edison's presence. He saw himself standing in Edison's presence. Remember, I said about that loved one that you just met, but something down inside of you struck a nerve and it said, yes, this is the one. Okay. He heard himself asking Mr. Edison for an opportunity to carry out the one consuming obsession of his life, a burning desire to become the business associate of that great inventor. He'd worked years toward this goal, and now he's there to make it come into reality, which he had already seen before he got there. Okay, so your success, you can see it or you can envision it before it happens. Thoughts start here, they get down into your spirit, they formulate a vision which goes out to the universe, along with you speaking it out to the universe. And as long as you have and develop that burning desire, it will come to pass. That's what this paragraph's trying to say. That's why I like it so much. Mr. Edison, for an opportunity to carry out the one consuming obsession of his life, a burning desire to become a business associate of the great inventor. Then it goes on to say, Barnes' desire was not hope or wish. You know, some people, boy, I wish I could be like the Kardashians. I wish I could drive $100,000 car. I wish I could buy a $10 million home. Wish. Wish. Barnes' desire was not hope, it was not a wish, it was keen, pulsating desire, which transcended everything else. It was definite. That's like you say, I'm going to build a $1 million a year business. And everything around you, every day that you wake up, is focused on this one end goal of you achieving that $1 million business. When you can get it down into your spirit, down into your soul, that it becomes that burning desire, then uncontrollable things take over from the universe, which is God, okay, that will actually guide you to your end destination as long as you don't lose that burning desire. You see where I'm going? Huh? You can't lose it. You have to nurse it. And you nurse it with your thoughts. You nurse it by taking action steps. But sooner or later, it will engulf you. That's why they say burning desire. Okay. It will engulf you like you starting a wood fire. It'll start out like a small flame. And then the more you stoke it, it develops into a raging fire. That's how that thought should develop in your mind, that want to achieve, that wish. You see where I'm going? How it all adds up? Okay. I'm sorry. I just love this stuff. It goes on to say, it was a keen, pulsating desire which transcended everything, and it was definite. So you know in your heart that you're definitely going to become a millionaire. And everything that you do every day you wake up is focused on that one goal, that one why, that one desire to become that millionaire. Okay. The desire was not new when he approached Edison. It had been Barnes' dominating desire for a long time. In the beginning, when the desire first appeared in his mind, it may have been probably was only a wish, but it was no mere wish when he appeared before Edison. I'm sorry, with it. Okay. He knew where he was going for years. It was just, how do I get there? Okay. So he really made it, he achieved it. And you can do the same thing with yours. And the question comes down to, especially when we're talking about becoming a millionaire, I read about a young lady became a billionaire in a very short period of time. How strong does your desire burn in you? I left out important um, two words there. How strong does your desire burn inside of you? Because it's not about up here. Okay, that's where it starts at. But it's got to get down inside here. That's when it really gets to work. And this is something that you focus on. I know you've heard people talk about dream boards. You've heard people talk about taking 3x5 cards, okay, and posting them around the house where you can actually remind yourself on a daily basis of what it is that you're trying to achieve. Now, on my board, I have earning $100,000 monthly, and then I've got no excuses in great big print. So, am I worried about it coming into realization? No. Okay. And believe it or not, it's taking probably, I'm going to say roughly a year, about a year and a half, a year. It was a good year. Okay. A year and a couple of months to actually find the tool that I knew was going to get me there. It took that long. I knew what I wanted. I know when I said it, and I had some, we call them blips along the way. Okay. So I'm going to say more like a year and a half till I finally found the right tool or the right, what's a mode of transportation, I guess you would call it, that would carry me to my destination. And do I think about it every day? Yes. First thing in the morning, last thing at night, throughout the day, uh, while I'm sitting here talking to you, okay, possibly trying to relax, even watch. Sometimes we'll watch a movie to relax, but then we'll get a thought in the middle of that movie. And if you're lucky to be sitting there at home watching Netflix, you can stop the film, go write it down, and come back and continue on. Okay, it's got to get that like an obsession, but self-driven from inside. I pray I'm making sense to you. Last one. I'm gonna throw this on. I found this. I haven't read this in years, but I want to share this one with you because it's the last one, but I think it's very important. Okay. This is so cool. It says 3 simple rules in life. If you do not go after what you want, you'll never have it. So this means, first of all, you have to do what? You have to decide on what it is that you want, really want. Okay. I mean, as an example, let me just go back just for a second here. As an example, if I can make this thing work the way I want it, is it a luxury lifestyle? Is that what you want? Or is it the fact that possibly that you might want to just, well, not just pay for kids' education, buy a new house, buy a house for your mom or dad, okay? Set up a charity, 501, to help the community. I don't know. But I know this, if you do not go after what you want, you'll never have it. Then number two, If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. Now, I want you to think about that one for a second. A lot of times we set out to do something, and it takes questions to get answers because you don't know how. My first business, which was a men's clothing store, do you think I knew how to run that? No. Do you think I know how to advertise? No, I just got out of the army 6 months prior. So, do you not think that I asked a lot of questions? That was questions from taxes. What do you pay an employee? Okay. What do you look for in an employee? Okay. What location do you need? Excuse me. All those were questions to just come up with a business plan. Okay. So, if you do not step forward, you will always be in the same place. Now, some people might say, I like to say, um, you need to take a leap of faith. Same thing, step forward, take a leap of faith. Because the longer that you just sit there, nothing's going to happen. All right. You'll always be in the same place. You'll always be doing the same thing. Y'all have to forgive me because I'm working my controls as I'm talking to you. Right. But I wanted to end on this note right here. If you have never read it, then I want you to go out and get it right now. It's Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. If you have read it, go back and open up it again. Because here's what happened. We'll read something. This is why I've read it. Oh, I don't know how many times I've read it. I'll say a minimum of 3 to 4. This is probably the 5th time I've started again on it in my career. Okay, now don't get me wrong, that spanned out uh, since 1974. Okay, it's been out since 1974. You add the years, and I keep going back to it. I might go back and just read one chapter. All right, like there's a chapter I like to read on visions. Okay, another part about affirmations. Well, it's all based around what we're talking about here. A person having a burning desire. Same thing. Okay, if I happen to now, of course, I don't want a yacht. I'll take the sports car, but the yacht is not my thing. But if that was me, this picture would be on my wall. Okay, and it'd be on my wall with a date on it. Make sense? Okay. So look, I'm under 20 minutes. I'm doing very good. I wanted to go 15. I kind of made it past that. I want to save some for tomorrow. And as always, I do pray that you got something out of this and that you will take and tomorrow. Um, I wish I knew what that was that you wrote. I see a comment, and I'm sad to say I can't even pronounce that person's name. I pray it's something positive that they wrote there. Okay. A lot of times, I've noticed nowadays that you will have people who will put things on your posts that they call themselves utilizing your work to advertise for somebody else, and we all know that's not right. But what can I say? Some of us have integrity and some of us don't. So I pray that when you see things like that, you just overlook it and keep on going. Do me a favor, guys. If you like it, of course, give me a like, not just here, but go to my YouTube channel and just do a search for Jay Early, and you'll get right there with no problem. And just give me a like so that YouTube will show it more often. And I'll be back tomorrow and we'll have let's talk about it. And if you got something that you want me to talk about, please just drop me a little message, put it in comments, right? Make sure that I get it. Message me directly is always the best thing to do. And I'll definitely, if I don't know about it, I'll do some research on it and I'll definitely take care of it. All right. So for right now, I'm going to say this. If you do what I tell you, I know in my heart that I will see you at the top. I'm going to repeat that. If you do what I tell you, I know in my heart I will see you at the top. And if you don't, those that did listen and myself will be at the top waving at you, wishing you well. All right. God loves you and so do I. You have an awesome day. Bye now.